Good afternoon, everybody. It's the John Ross Show for this, where Monday, the 22nd. I almost forgot Monday, man. I'm thinking, I don't know, it's end of the month here, the 22nd of June. Hey, really the first official day of summer, I guess, or full day. And it's 75, pretty mild out. And we have a special guest today. Dr. Vincent Gaddis is going to be with us. And Dr. Gaddis is professor of history and also does a little on the political side, political science up at Elgin Community College. And that's one of the oldest community colleges in the state. So here comes Dr. Gaddis. We're going to bring him up. Hello, Dr. Gaddis. Good to see you.
Good to see you, John. Good to be with you.
Thank you. Well, I've known Dr. Gaddis for several years now, and it hit me about Juneteenth this last weekend and other things, and I and it's these things about Black history are being changed and just not respected, and our president didn't do much or really nothing on Juneteenth and other days. And I wanted to get Dr. Gaddis' perspective what the Black church. I know there's conservative Blacks, there's progressive Blacks. We can go church people. So, but in general, I think they're not too happy about this, and I wouldn't be either. So, Dr. Gaddis, good to see you. Give us a little energy and give us a little push right now, whatever you want to say. Oh, we lost him a moment. We lost him.
Number one, Trump did not recognize or acknowledge Juneteenth.
Right.
He has never acknowledged or recognized Juneteenth, not only as a holiday, official holiday, which only was signed by Joe Biden and his administration,
Right.
but has never recognized it as any kind of a special day or what have you. There was even talk of going back on Juneteenth as a federal holiday. There was talk in his first administration of getting rid of MLK Day as a national holiday. So the first thing we got to recognize is that Donald Trump is not interested in acknowledging the history, the resiliency, the tenacity, the joy, and the heartache of Black history, of Black people. Okay,
Right.
that's number one. And we see that happening not only at the highest level with him personally, but look at how Pete Hegseth is handling the Department of Defense of denying promotion to general of Blacks and women. We
Right.
see it at every level of this government, right? Taking down the portraits and literally erasing the history of African Americans at Arlington Cemetery, an effort even to try and close the Smithsonian African American History Museum. I mean, there's no question that Donald Trump is not supportive of Black people and our history, our resiliency, the triumphs and the tragedies. Okay, so
Right.
that's that. On the church side, there are, of course, an overwhelming amount of African Americans who go to church are celebrated Juneteenth because
Right.
it is an important cultural demarcation, right? When the last slaves were freed, right? Or told they were free, June 19th, 1865, with
Right.
Special Order 3. So there are some, not many, but there are some African Americans and some African American pastors and leaders who support Trump. Now, I don't speak for all black people. I don't speak for the black church, but
Right.
that is a decided small minority, right?
Right.
So what can we glean from this? What we take away from this is that Donald Trump is not uh, Donald Trump is the symptom of a deeply problematic racial history in this country, where
Right.
we want to say America is the land of the free, the home of the brave.
Right.
America is a land of white supremacist history and policy.
Hmm.
And you can't, those two things don't go together, right? And so what we have here is what's the word I want to use here? So what you have on the side of the Trump administration is either ignoring, right? Don't recognize Juneteenth,
Right.
or actively erasing anti DEI programs, getting rid of black, monuments and
Well,
other
you get
things
rid of
from
that Philadelphia something too.
from
Didn't they?
museums, or
Philadelphia
right,
Constitution.
right, at the Philadelphia Constitution Museum, of taking away the placards that recognize the fact that many of the founding fathers were slave owners, right, including the
Right.
first president of the United States, including five of the first seven presidents of the United States, including of those, all the ones who served 2 terms were all slave owners, right?
Okay.
That's part of the history. We have to acknowledge that, right? But what Trump is doing, in my opinion, when you turn your back on black people, you are also turning your back on the black church.
Yeah.
And the black church is, well, the fact that the black church exists is a miracle in and of itself, but
Okay.
that's for another show. um
Well,
but for
thank you
right
for giving
now
me another show. Okay, go
but
on.
but for right now, the issue is that the black church really is, in my opinion, the embodiment of the soul, the conscience of America,
I think so. I agree with that.
right? And so when you turn your back on black people, you turn your back on the black church, then you're really acknowledging that you do not want to understand the the conscience of a nation.
I think this, what you're saying, relates to the immigrant story. The other, I would call it the other story. The others. Um, it seems like Donald Trump forgets the others, and he's what you said is.
Well, he has to, right?
I don't think
Um,
the Imago Dei. This is, some would argue this is the Christian. We're letting Christian sort of nationalism or Christian machoism or whatever you want to. I call it sort of machoism too. That we don't have to do the compassion of Jesus. We just let that go. You know, that part of Jesus,
yeah,
and
well,
we let that go. We don't have to think about the immigrant, or it's a power thing.
sure,
And
and whatever, if your Christianity says build a wall. If your Christianity says neglect the poor, if your Christianity says it's okay to throw over 100,000 kids off a SNAP, if
Right.
your Christianity says it's okay to separate children from their parents and lock them up with no charges in detention centers, if your Christianity says it's okay to bomb a school with 150 girls in it, you need to reread Matthew 25.
Right.
You need to reread the Sermon on the Mount. You need
Amen.
to reread the New Testament because you cannot claim and look, white Christian nationalism isn't about Christianity. It's about what you just said. It's about power. It's about it's about white supremacy. It has absolutely nothing to do with the religion of Christianity, or certainly has nothing to do with following Jesus. And I'm sure there are people who, and well, let me say it another way. How one is able to support the actions of this administration and claim that they follow Jesus,
Right.
I can't put that doesn't go together either, right?
Right.
And so it's really, your show is Trump and the black church. It's kind of Trump against the black church, right?
Well, it's Trump
And
against the
and
black church and
right,
Trump against the
right.
others of
It's
this
Trump
world.
against the other. And of course, when you are someone who is leaning towards, and certainly get Ann Applebaum and read all of her stuff, and even Fareed Zakaria and get his stuff, read all this stuff. It, if you want to create an authoritarian regime, the way you do it, and that's a very precise word, the other, and certainly get Edward Said's book, Orientalism, which is the classic on this, you must create the other, right? You must create it, right? Here's the logic. The fact that you are a working class person and you're getting squeezed economically and prices are high and all that, well, the person to blame is that undocumented immigrant. Well, the person to blame is that black kid in Chicago. Well, the person to blame is, the other, right?
Right.
And when you use that as a way to build this sort of populist movement, which
Right.
Trump has done, you've got where he capitalizes on people's fear, on their racism, on their xenophobia, right? So what do? You vilify the other. That is exactly the right word. You vilify the immigrant. You vilify the black person. You vilify women, right? You vilify the LGBTQ community, right? You vilify them. You otherize them,
Yeah.
and that gives you a platform to then do what you want as you are purifying, right? I mean, I don't come up with this language. Trump is the one who said immigrants are poisoning
Oh
the
yeah. Right.
blood,
When he
right?
first came down that stairway, he called
Right.
Mexicans rapists, didn't he? Or
Exactly. And so, all of this is geared towards a view of America that is a view that what America is a nation where our present, our past, and our future is that of a white nation. You
yeah.
see what I mean? And
Hmm.
to paint that history, you
Yeah.
certainly cannot take on, you certainly can't say that and be for Moses who led slaves out of Egypt.
Right.
You can't be for that and for Jesus who who spoke to the woman at the well, who was not only a
Samaritan.
woman, the Samaritan, not only a woman, but of another race, right?
Right.
And you can't do that. You can't say that I believe in the option for the poor to protect the mother and the orphan, to protect the widows and the child. You can't do those two things don't go together. And so what really is, in my opinion, in terms of the church itself,
Okay.
whether that's I mean, I'm talking about the body of Christ, no matter what race you are, the body of Christ,
Right.
has to clearly and vocally denounce that part of Christianity that has sold out to Wall Street and sold out to the Republican Party and sold out to this nationalist agenda,
Right.
because that's not the Christianity of following Jesus. It's just not, right? And so and that there, and even for those who denounce, there is still an even smaller remnant who are following Christ in an attitude of radical love and acceptance.
Yeah.
That's an even smaller group,
Right.
right? And so across the board, we need to recognize, support, and grow the that remnant band of Jesus loving radicals, right? Who
Well, that's
who
a good
are
point. I agree with
right,
that.
who are all about love, right? Who look at every policy and ask this question: where is the love in that?
Right. You know,
You want to
the
bomb
other thing is,
Iran? Where is the love in that? You want to take food stamps away from kids? Where is the love in that? You want to cut Medicaid and Medicare? Where is the love in that?
oh, yeah. I don't, you reminded me of this, what we're talking about. It's sort of a grievance thing, too. And we blame, well, we were just saying you blame African Americans, blacks, and Trump has been famous. He's going to blame Obama for everything? How many things
Or
has he
Biden?
blamed
One of the
Obama
two. It's
for?
one or the other. And let me just say this real quick because I know we're running out of time. The ceremony at the opening of the Obama Presidential Center,
Right.
those speeches,
Hmm.
regardless of your politics,
Right.
those were the kinds of intellectually honest, optimistic kinds of speeches that you're supposed to hear from presidents,
Right.
right? So it was really refreshing to, I mean, I had disagreements with Obama. Everybody has disagreements with policies of different
Right.
people, but you had to respect his intellect, his optimism, and his
Right.
academic brilliance, right? And it's refreshing to hear those things come from him and Michelle and the other speakers the other day. That was
Yeah, I'll
really
have to
a
get
great
down
event.
there. It sounds like it's pretty booked up to go there. I have to.
Yeah, you can't get tickets until at least December.
Yeah, I think I was thinking. I knew it was going to be booked in the next few months. I go, I will have to go in the fall, but now I guess we'll have to go in the winter. Uh, but anyway, that sounds like a very interesting place to go to. And I thank you, Dr. Gaddis. And we got to promote this. I haven't heard as much, to be honest with you, about this, but we got to get this weekend there's going to be a barbecue meal men that cook event at
Yes.
Westminster Presbyterian by the Fox Valley Christian Minister Alliance.
And yours truly is making the pulled pork, so you don't want to miss
Oh,
it.
you are?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
hmm let me tell you, I make some pulled pork that'll beat Bobby Flay. Okay, that's how good it is
Okay.
for you foodies
I,
out there.
I don't know about the pricing. Am I
I
right?
think
It's
it's
around
uh,
$15.
I think it's like $12 for one meat, 20 for two, 24
Right.
for the
So it's
work,
around
something like that.
$15 maybe.
Yeah, it's affordable.
And okay, well, let's say it's affordable. Whatever it is, it's helping this group do scholarships and things like that to help people. And it's going to be, I'll have to come a little later because I'm doing a justice thing called the Minister of Justice in the morning, which is a good program. But 11 to 4 at Westminster. So come on out and have some good food. And that's coming. I'll skip my gas promote. I usually have a little about gas, Dr. Gaddis, but we'll let that. I'll just say it's dropping.
Yeah, it's for now.
Yeah, it's for now. I'll just show it 1 second here. I'll just show it. We won't have to go through it. I dig this up from called Gas Buddy, and they have some accurate numbers, I believe. And but how long is this going to be this way? I don't know. There's the numbers right now. The national numbers is a little lower. It's below $4. And King County is, oh, hey, it's not thousand. Sorry, folks. That's very
Yeah.
expensive gas.
Yeah, I
I'm
saw
sorry.
yeah, I saw a
King
place up
County's
in
got
Elgin
expensive
was
gas.
383, so definitely lower than $3,955.
Well, anyway, Dr. Gaddis, thank you for being with me today and talking definitely about what's happening out there. And we'll keep this going, this conversation. Dr. Vincent Gaddis is professor at Elgin Community College, history professor, and got a little sidebar of political science too. And we just appreciate him coming by. On Wednesday, we'll see what's happening, but Friday we're going to have no, not Doctor, but legislator Barbara Hernandez is going to be back with us. And I had her a few years ago. But thank you, Dr. Gaddis, so much for coming by, and we'll keep this going. So, Dr.
Always
Vincent
a,
Gaddis, thank you again, and we'll see you soon again, everybody.
all
And
right.
bye bye for now. Bye bye. Thank you, Dr. Gaddis.
All right.